Now that they appear they are not working, and as Dennis says, he has very little faith in the electoral process, are we saying that as Kenyan youth, we will continue with the street protests over and over? And what will be the intention going forward?
Okay, thank you once again. Unfortunately, the protests will continue because you cannot have a scenario whereby you went to the streets, for example, last time, maybe you are willing to change right now. Whatever that you are advocating for was not implemented. You are lied to that actually we have now heard your cry, you have not to continue, let us throw away this financial bill of the year 2024. Mm-hmm. Then 8 months later, you realize that poached government unison is formed between the opposition and the ruling government. Few individuals from the side of the opposition are given posts. Then later on, you are reminded by one of the vocal government leader that, and by the way, do you know what? 97% of whatever that you are advocating for us to change, we actually threw away and implemented 97%. And there is nothing you can do. And we did that without chaos. That was the majority in the National Assembly, Mr. Kimani Ichung'wah. Now, if you are a Kenyan youth who was hurt by the previous financial bill of the year 2024 that led into the abduction of hundreds and extrajudicial killings of others, and today you are trying to hail, you plan to go and commemorate, then you hear some sentiments from a sitting leader claiming that they duped you. Do you expect, or rather look forward for an end to come nearer? It is totally impossible. Another thing, one thing you must understand is that street protests were brought in the constitution to deal or to replace a scenario whereby the government has totally ignored the person who is trying to air his cry out. And one fact that we Kenyans must understand, even the leaders, is that 90% of worldwide protests are normally accompanied by some distractions. Why the distraction? The distraction, to some extent, makes this oppressor to act faster. Who told you that during Raila Amolo Odinga's tenure as the leader of the opposition, before he joined the government, we had no distractions? We used to have distractions. Why? It is only through, I'm not trying to say that it is good for the youth to destroy, because it is hard for us to build once again. I don't support the destruction. But in African perspective, it seems that when you destroy, it is when the oppressor comes out of the blanket very fast and say, no, instead of these people continuing to destroy, let us have a conversation on how to put things in order. So whatever that we are crying out is not that the government doesn't know what is going on. And it is very simple, actually. Let them reduce taxes to a considerable rate. You cannot milk the cow that is dying.
Yet, and I hear you, Robert, but this time around, and you said it correctly, last year the issue was a finance bill. And there was a sort of reawakening on the level of understanding about the budget making process, the finance bill and all this. Today is 27th of June. The financial year is ending on Monday next week, meaning that by now, because Parliament had their last day yesterday for this financial year, the next time they are sitting will be in the new financial year next Tuesday. Yet, Kenyan youth are not talking about the finance bill. Kenyan youth are not talking about the budget. And where is the disconnect now? Are we saying that we've already given up Kiama on that issue about the discussions around the budget making process and the finance bill, and we've moved on to other things?